Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie darling and welcome back to the channel. If you love anime, heartfelt reactions and deep dives into symbolism and themes, then you are in the right place. Before we jump into today's reaction, please don't forget to hit that like button to show some love, subscribe if you haven't already, and please do ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of fun. And if you want to watch even more exclusive content like early access to my reactions, full-length anime watch-alongs, and an amazing community of fellow anime lovers, then please do check out my Patreon. Your support truly means the world as it helps to keep these reactions coming, and I'd love to have you join our cozy little anime family. Today, we are reacting to episode 30 of Death Note. We only have so many episodes left, so I am concerned how this is going to get wrapped up. I'm worried that the pacing's going to be a little bit more rapid. We unfortunately lost Chief Yagami last episode, which was really heartbreaking. He died not knowing that Light was truly Kira, which I think was the right way for him to die. I think he deserved to have peace in his final moments after everything he's gone through, after all the stress and pressure that Light has put on him. And it just goes to show how far Light is willing to go, that he doesn't care what happens to his dad. He doesn't care that his dad's lifespan is going to be halved. He doesn't care that his dad's life was essentially ended because Light just couldn't let Mello go, and is essentially the reason for why they ended up in an ambush situation that resulted in Chief Yagami dying. I was torn between Chief Yagami was going to be killed outright by Light or was going to die in circumstances outside of his control. But I was kind of right that it is Light's fault. Light never wrote his father's name in the Death Note, but in forcing his father into a situation and by pushing him to pursue Mello, he effectively killed his father. He is guilty for that. There'll be people arguing in the comments essentially that, you know, it was justified. He did what needed to be done. And I'm just never going to see that. His father didn't deserve to die. There were other ways that they likely could have gone about it. And I know there's going to be people like, oh, well, how would you have done it? Well, I wouldn't have forced my dad to take the deal. And I also wouldn't have forced him to continue going through rooms in the hope of finding Mello without doing a risk assessment. I find it really strange that he didn't think for 1 second that forcing Mello into a corner wouldn't result in violence of some sort, that it didn't cross his mind. Maybe it did, but he just fundamentally did not care about his dad or the task force and was willing to risk them all dying for the sake of the Death Note and getting the Death Note back. But he really did not weigh up what someone would do if cornered. If their life was at risk, what would they do in turn? It's kind of amusing a little bit that his own ego will inevitably be his own downfall, because when Light is under pressure, Light does not always think everything through to the same extent as what he does when he's cool and calm and collected. Sometimes his emotions get the better of him, and I think it'll lead to him slipping up. But without further ado, let's get into episode 30. I've been enjoying this so far. I will say that. I know people have said, oh, it drags, it's not as good as when Elle is alive, but so far I've been really enjoying it. I like the two characters that are introduced. I like Near a lot. I think I like Near because he reminds me of Elle, but I have been enjoying it. I just do worry about the pacing over the next like 7 episodes after this, but hey, you know, we'll see how it goes. I wanted to see how the show ended. There was no way I was just going to end it after Elle dies. I want to be able to have a full perspective of the show when talking about it, so I can say what I liked, what I didn't like, if I thought it was rushed, the parts that I loved, the parts that I thought could have been better, the parts that I really just didn't like at all. I can't have those conversations if I don't watch the show in its entirety. So yes, without further ado, let's get into episode 30.
The current Kira is foolish and overconfident, not to mention unusually cooperative with task force. So much so that I suspect he's working hand in hand with them.
You think so?
That would make the second L and Kira one and the same person.
Oh,
What? That can't be. Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
he's already
Having
come to
said
that
I'll admit that
decision.
I'm only 7% certain.
7%.
Don't worry, Commander
Does that
Richter.
mean like
Making assumptions is part of
70%?
any investigation. If we're wrong, all it'll cost is an apology.
Oh, wow. Okay, that L's protege is for a reason. He just needs to find out who the second Kira is.
My daddy told me that if you do something bad, your name will be written on
Your
the
name,
internet
please.
and Kira will kill you.
Come on, I don't have all day. How am I supposed to file this report without your name?
Give me a break. Please, not my name.
Leave me alone, or I'll put your names on the internet.
Wow, people are using it to intimidate people now. And this is the world that Light wants? Jeez. Oh, his mom.
I will proclaim this right here and now to all the people of the Earth. Kira is true justice.
Oh,
Good
God,
evening.
him
It is my
again.
honor to be appointed by Kira as his spokesman. Trying to capture Kira is an unforgivable crime. If you happen to know
If
anyone
anybody
attempting
deserves to be
catch
killed by Kira, it's this guy.
I agree.
Switch it back to the press conference. The president's about to start.
The fact that he's saying
know
anyone
what
who
it's about.
disagrees with Kira
All they
deserves
said
to
was that
die
it was gonna
is
be some
just
sort
a
of international
dictatorship.
announcement.
You don't do anything but watch TV, do you?
What?
The United States will no longer oppose Kira.
Those cowards! I've done it. I've even brought America to its knees.
Oh my
What the
God.
hell is he talking about?
His ego knows no bounds now.
saying that Kira is justice?
We are not acknowledging Kira as a symbol of justice. We are simply saying that, as a country, we will not take any actions against him. How is that any different?
You're saying that you accept Kira? Explain yourself.
You're accepting him as the ruler of the world, essentially.
This is America. How can their government do something so cowardly like this?
Do you guys mind if I ask a serious question?
Oh boy, what is it this time?
Are you telling us you're not always serious?
Do you guys ever think that maybe Kira isn't completely evil?
What? What kind of question is that, Matsuda?
But I think that Kira's trying to fight evil and change the world in his own way. And, well, the world's become a good place for people who live honest lives, so maybe...
You're wrong, Matsuda. People are only afraid of losing their own lives. How can you think that's real peace?
I understand that. Believe me,
It's a
I know
fake
that as well as
peace.
you. It's just that I can also understand the other side. I know it's my duty to catch him. No, I want to catch him. It's just that I can't completely hate him either. I guess I
The
must be
emotional
crazy or
turmoil.
something, huh?
No, you're not crazy. You're normal. I'm sure that on some level, Kira probably knows that what he's doing is evil. But he'll try to change the world even as a martyr, at the cost of his soul. That's his brand of justice. If Kira gets caught, then that makes him evil. But if he wins and rules the world, then I guess he's justice.
See, this is the thing, right? I get it. I get in an ideal world, it would be beneficial to have somebody killing criminals, and it would be beneficial to have someone pushing the world into such a direction that all conflict ceases to exist. But that's not reality, and that is infringing upon people's free will and choices. Because if you think about it, you are creating a facade. It is not actually how people behave, it is not how human beings behave. And I keep coming back to this point of I get why people like the concept of someone killing those who are so fundamentally evil in society that they don't deserve to exist. Like pedophiles, rapists, murderers. Like I get that. I understand that. I can almost relate to it myself, but I keep coming back to this point that it's never just criminals that like kills. We see time and time again anyone that opposes light, aka Kira, ends up dying. You're living in a society where there is no ability to critique, criticize, speak out against Kira as a ruler. That's a dictatorship. That is living under authoritarian control. That means that you do not have the freedom of speech. You don't have the ability to openly disagree, and therefore your free will is being infringed upon. And people might say, yeah, but you have free will outside of critiquing Kira. That's true. But if you are limiting people's speech, if you're limiting their ability to speak out negatively against something they disagree with on a moral level, you are infringing upon their freedom and you are impinging upon their free will. So, yes, it seems ideal. Of course, it does. Who wouldn't want to live in a society without conflict, without war, without violence, without crime? We all would like that. But what we need to look at is the deeper aspects of his personality. The fact that so much as even uttering a comment in disagreement about Kira could result in you dying, so much as investigating into Kira could have you killed. Elle wasn't a criminal. Elle wasn't evil. Elle just wanted to enact justice. Elle wanted to bring Kira to justice because Kira is committing the same crimes as the people he's condemning and punishing. And I get people will argue that it's not the same, that it's killing criminals. But again, there is no categoric proof that every criminal he kills is actually guilty of the crime they've committed. We're ignoring police injustice. We're ignoring people being framed for crimes they didn't commit. We're ignoring the fact that the justice system isn't always fair, and that can work both ways. It can let people get away with heinous crimes that they should be incarcerated for, but it can also lead to the incarceration of innocent people who spend years in a jail cell not getting the freedom and justice they deserve too. So, like killing criminals doesn't mean that everyone he kills is worthy of dying or is worthy of suffering, because they may not be guilty for the crimes that they commit. So it's a fundamental flaw in Light's thinking that I just can't reconcile myself with. But again, I just see it as a slippery slope. How long before someone even looking at him the wrong way would result in him killing them? It's a worrying slope. It's one that's very easy to allow your ego to get ahead of you on. And again, as much as we would all love to live in a society where crime diminishes and war and violence is all but eradicated, we also have to ask, is that truly freedom? Is that truly peace? Or is it artificial? Is it falsely created because of fear? Because you are scared that someone may kill you if you speak out against them. It's not true peace. It is control. It is tyrannical in a sense, because your free will is being impacted upon and your free will is being hindered. And again, people will be like, oh, so it's free will to commit crime now? In a sense, yes. It's the freedom of choice. That's what free will is. It's the freedom to make choices in life. And people will probably argue that if you make the choices to commit a crime, you deserve to die. Again, that's people's political opinions. It's not a political opinion I hold, because again, you have to make the argument of where do you draw the line? If you entrust people to kill a criminal, they are also committing a crime. They are not absolved of that. Murder is still murder. Tasking someone with executing another almost feels hypocritical in a sense. Say you have someone who's been executed because they have killed someone. You now have somebody who is tasked with killing that person. They are now committing the same crime to which they are now punishing someone for. It's like a paradox. It's hypocritical. And that's why I can't really align myself with Light, because he sees it as I'm making the sacrifice to commit crimes to benefit society as a whole. It's almost like a utilitarian principle, committing an act for the greater good, even if that act is considered morally reprehensible and disagreeable. As the show goes on, I will never align myself with Light. I don't think I can ever support him, because I fundamentally think what he does for the wrong reasons. I don't think he does it to truly benefit society, because if he did truly want to benefit society, he could kill corrupt politicians. He could kill those that are exploiting the weak and impoverished. He could do so many things with the Death Note beyond just killing criminals that he just never chooses to do. So he allows corruption to proliferate. He allows corrupt governments and the elite to grow wealthier and wealthier at the expense of the poor. He allows people to suffer abuse at the hands of their employers, at the hands of the rich, at the hands of the class system, and he makes no effort to even tackle that So I'm always of the mindset that he doesn't do it for the right reasons. He tells himself he's doing it for the right reasons. But I think all in all, it is just a power trip that he's on. He just wants to be a ruler of this new world. He wants the power and he wants the reputation that comes with that. He wants to get one up on everyone around him. He wants to be superior. He sees himself above everyone. And I just think it's a recipe for disaster. So I can understand both perspectives. I can understand why people believe that what Light does is morally justifiable. And I think the more I go on and the more I kind of see where it's like, war has come to an end, blah, 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 the more I begin to be like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should support Light. Maybe I do agree with the Death Note. But then I start to think deeper into it. And I'm like, but it's restricting people's freedom of choice. It's restricting people's free will. How long before it becomes Light just killing people because he just doesn't like them, and it's not for any other reason than the fact that he doesn't like them? Created a plan in which to get rid of Rem because he didn't like her, because he didn't like that she didn't like him, that she spoke out against him, that she had threatened him. And it was all because she cared for Misa. So that's why he got rid of her, in order to extend his control over Misa and to get rid of someone that he just plain and simple didn't like. And that's why I'm not able to agree with him, because fundamentally, I just think he's going about things the wrong way. But this second half of the series does kind of make you question your morality and your sense of understanding, but still.
But from now on, the world will start leaning in favor of Kira. It's only a matter of time. Kira will be justice.
It looks like we've been disbanded, thanks to that chicken of a president. No, he's not even a chicken.
It's a Lego.
He's less than a maggot.
Oh.
You've got to be kidding. There's no way accepting Kira will lead to anything good.
See, I'm kind of the same mindset of Near. I don't understand how it can really lead to true good.
So you're alive.
Near.
Mello, what are you up to?
Let him in.
Oh, are they gonna start collaborating?
Drop your weapon!
Oh, he's got a scar on his face from the explosion.
Everyone, please put away your guns.
I think it was
Having
fairly
shit out
obvious he
here
was
would
gonna
achieve
survive.
nothing.
Sir, with all due respect, Mello is the one who killed our partners.
Please don't make me say it again.
It seems like things have been going just as you planned, Near.
Yes, I take it you've already heard all about the second L from Lidner by now. I've pretty much figured out who Kira is, and it's mostly thanks to everything you've done.
Shut up, Near! I'm not just a tool for you to use in order to solve your puzzles, you know.
Mello, if you really
So they
wanna
have
shoot
been
me, then
working
go ahead and
together.
do it.
It's been a bigger plan.
If you shoot him, then the rest of us will have no choice but to shoot you too. What will it solve if both of you die?
I
That's just
knew
what
it.
Kira
I
wants.
knew that there was a bigger plan, that they were possibly working
You have
together.
a good point. Anyway, I'm only here for one thing. I came to take back that photograph you have.
Of course. I got it from the orphanage. There was only one, and no copies have been made. Is that the only business you had with me, Mello?
I think he has some information that he possibly wants to speak to him about. The bells are particularly loud.
Let's get one thing straight. I have no intention of working together with you on this.
Yes, I know.
At the same time, I can't just take my photo and leave. That wouldn't be right, so I'll settle my debt.
The killer notebook. It belongs to a Shinigami. Whoever touches it is able to see a god of death.
That's crazy.
Who the hell would believe in something like that?
Wait. So, have they been working together or have they not been working together? Because she didn't seem particularly shocked that he was alive. So maybe when he says, oh, I learned so much from you, it's because like he's been trailing him and surveilling him all this time. So like maybe that's what they mean. But I don't know. The way that the sentence was structured, it kind of gave the impression that like this was all a bigger plan and that they were working together. And that's kind of what I've been presuming. Because he basically said, I'm not a pawn in your puzzle. So to me, that sounds like that he's basically directed Mello decided to go and do his own thing in order to get close to the L investigation. Maybe they weren't strictly working together, but were at least collaborating to some extent. Or maybe I've just misinterpreted what they've said, but it kind of gave the impression that they were working together to some capacity.
Therefore, these gods of death must exist.
The notebook I obtained had previously belonged to another Shinigami, perhaps even Kira himself. Also, some of the rules written inside are actually fake. That's all I can tell you for now.
Oh, that's all I can tell you for now. So they have been collaborating at least. But
Near.
the rules being fake, Light doesn't know that. They know.
Which of us is gonna reach Kira first, I wonder?
That's crazy.
The race is on.
We're both headed towards the same destination. I'll be waiting for you.
Right.
So they have been working together, but separately. So it sounds like they've been checking in with each other, at least. Will not be free. Misspelled 4 times. Jeez.
Fake rules. There's no doubt that the notebook can cause heart attacks and control its victims to a degree. As for burning it or tearing it up, the notebook still exists, and there's no way to confirm the rule one way or the other. Anyway, Mello mentioned that there was some sort of Shinigami attached to the notebook.
Oh,
Have you been able to confirm the existence of such a creature?
he's putting him under pressure.
I can tell you for a fact that Shinigami do exist.
Or you
I
was
didn't
like
share that
me?
information with you at the beginning because I was certain you would never believe me.
I would like to ask the Shinigami a few questions.
Forget it, I'm not up for that.
The thing that's bothering me the most about this is the issue of those rules written in the notebook. I have reason to believe that one of them is fake.
A fake rule?
Yes. Al, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this. Out of all the
Lights
rules, which
games
do you think is
coming
fake?
to
I'd like to know.
boiling point.
By process of elimination, the obvious choice would be the one stating that the owner of a notebook will die if they don't write a new name in it every 13 days. I don't believe that.
I thought you might say so. I've reached the same conclusion.
It's like
Shinigami,
Al's
you know
back.
the rules in the notebook well. Tell us, are any of them false?
No, they are all real.
I see. You have a Shinigami there with you?
Yes.
Is that so? In other words, Kira is there in the room, and he's making the Shinigami lie on his behalf.
Whoa, this guy's good. He nailed it.
Oh my
I don't
god.
get what he means. So what if the Shinigami is lying and the rule is fake? It doesn't really change anything, does it?
Yes, it does. It means that Light's incarceration would be meaningless.
It doesn't absolve him anymore.
Besides, there's no way that Light can be Kira. Before he passed away, the deputy director himself was able to confirm that he didn't have a notebook.
Sowing
If
seeds
there's
of
a
doubt
problem, I
amongst his
suggest we
own
verify the
team.
rule this way. I will volunteer to write down Mello's real name in the notebook. Of course, that means he'll die. If I also die 13 days later, well, then I guess Kira wins. I'm willing to put my life on the line if it will help us solve the case.
He's not gonna
Answering
write
based on
Mello's
my
real
feelings
name.
Alone, it'll only make me look worse to everyone. Could you please wait for a moment? We need to discuss your suggestion.
We can't use the notebook, no matter what happens.
We should respect the deputy director's wishes to the end. I feel the same. I'm opposed to the test.
Near, we've talked
They
it
were
over and we
opposed to
can't
it
allow
when
you to use
Al
the
wanted
notebook
to
like
do
that.
it, so there's no way they
I
were
had a
gonna allow
feeling you might
Near
say
to do
so.
it.
No matter. Just one last question before I go. To the members of the Japanese task force, was there ever a point in the investigation where the second L was suspected to be Kira, even if the suspicions were later dropped? If you've been listening to our conversation so far and have any intention of helping my investigation and taking down Kira, then call the number I'm about to give you. Day or night, I will answer. The choice is up to you.
There's no way that Light could be Kira. No, it's more like I don't want to believe he's Kira. But if the 13-day rule is fake, then we really can't say for sure that he's innocent.
It's sowing seeds of doubt. They could all turn on him now.
Near, I have to kill him.
Ooh, this is getting so good.
This is Kira.
Oh fuck.
Is this a joke?
If you want proof, I can read out a list of people.
How
I'm
did he
going to
get
punish
through to the
tomorrow.
president of
That
the
way you can
United
check it and make your
States?
final decision afterwards. I want you to stop them immediately and formally disband them. I want you to use the American police, The CIA, the FBI, and all other law enforcement organizations at your disposal to find out where the SPK members are currently hiding. Mr. President, whether you live a long life or not is up to you.
Wow.
Don't forget that.
I understand.
He's literally threatening to get his own way.
I don't know what's gonna happen when we get there. Hell, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, and I don't really care. Satellite TV's ratings are gonna rocket to 100, no 120% for this special.
I don't know what I'm saying, and I don't really care. Literally me. I wonder if Mochi is gonna
Previous L was suspicious of Light. But if
call
Light
the
is
line.
Kira, and I just come out and say we should investigate him again, then I'll probably end up dead just like L.
They're all too scared.
We have a long history. I can tell exactly what you're thinking about and what's bothering you. Between you and me, you should go ahead and do what you think is right. I didn't trust L to begin with. I never did, to be honest. I didn't sign up to join the Kira task force because Light was running it. I joined because I wanted to work with you.
All right.
Besties.
Contact Near without letting Light know.
Okay, I'll make sure that no one knows what you're doing. You can count on me.
He's listening. God, how can you sit and pretend like you didn't just overhear that? Does take some balls of steel because I'm an emotional person. I'd be like, what the fuck?
That you're not Kira.
He plays it off so well, especially for someone who's so emotionally hot-headed at times.
This is really bad. Turn on the TV. It's Demigawa.
My comrades and I have finally pinpointed the hideout of the evil organization bent on trying to catch our beloved god Kira. We now have the building completely surrounded.
What the fuck is happening? This is mob rule. Mob justice.
Hide from us for long. Behold the power of the people, the power of justice.
It's not justice, they're criminals.
As soon as Near escapes, I'm gonna write his name in the notebook. Don't worry, Light. I won't let you down.
Damn. What's going on, Near? Could it be that this is some sort of plot by Mello to finish off the SPK?
No, surely it couldn't be that the SPK's security was so lax that even a normal citizen could find out where it was located.
That smug
Damn it. He's lying
tone.
through his teeth.
I win, Near.
Oh, that smugness in his voice is infuriating. Is infuriating. How does anyone in the room listening to Light isn't like, bro, what the fuck? Like, oh my goodness. Just so incredibly smug. But again, this just kind of follows on from what I was saying earlier about like part of me sides with Kira and then part of me doesn't side with Kira, because what you're seeing is mob justice, mob rule. That is also criminal activity. It's criminal behavior. So should that not be punishable by death? Like, where's the line? Does it only count as a crime when it's against Kira? Or does Kira sanction crimes committed in his name like he does murder? So, you know, that's where it becomes wishy-washy. That's where it becomes hard to reconcile with. Light could just go, okay, this was a crime committed for the benefit of Kira, therefore I'm going to allow that criminal to get away with it. Or I'm going to allow these people to get away with it. So it's kind of like, where do you draw the line between on who is a criminal and who's not a criminal? Is it only those that commit acts that Kira doesn't agree with? Or if they commit the act, but it's in Kira's benefit or best interest, and he allows them to get away with it? This is why I'm always a bit like, I can't really fully side with this. I can't really fully agree. It does appear that Mello and Near kind of knew what each other was doing, like not working together as like I thought they were, but possibly passing information to each other and making one another aware of what's going on or any kind of like hints that they had, but both were working to the inevitable goal to catch Kira. Mello led us to believe that he only wanted the Death Note to kill Near so that he could take over the task force. That may still be true, but I'm beginning to suspect that it wasn't, and that his inevitable goal was to catch Kira and be the first one to catch Kira. He obviously doesn't want to kill Near because Near poses a challenge. It's fun. It's competition between the two of them. It's the same competitive element between L and Light, where Light was hell-bent on killing L and L was hell-bent on bringing Kira to justice. It's the same competitive dynamic, but both are now intent on catching Kira, which is going to be Light's inevitable downfall, is that he has two very intelligent people that are basically L proteges who are competing to outdo each other, meaning they'll go to any lengths to catch him. He's going to have to be extremely on his guard now, because I think his time may be coming to an end very soon. I don't think he's gonna get away with it. I don't think the series is going to end with Light ever being successful. I think the series kind of has already given us enough hints to indicate that it doesn't side with Light, that it doesn't agree with what Light is doing. And there's been hints as well through Ryuk that kind of makes me think that Light is destined to die at some point, possibly towards the end. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll die before like episode 36 or something, and then episode 37 will kind of be like this is the world after Kira. This is what the world became once Kira was gone. I don't know. Maybe. But it does seem like Near and Mello were in some form of collaboration in terms of information, because again, Mello said, I'm not a pawn in one of your games to catch Kira. So does seem like he was aware of what Near was doing. Near was also aware that Mello was trying to capture Kira. He wouldn't have given Near that information if he thought that Near would use it against him in the future. But yeah, I am really enjoying this second half of the series so far. I do think it's really enjoyable. Even though, again, I am worried about pacing, it's been really fun, especially the introduction of Near and Mello and getting that battle of wit dynamic again. And it's like L being reborn and taunting Light from beyond the grave, which I just think is hilarious. It's just Light can't get away with him. Even with L's death, he's just there haunting him in the background. It's so funny. But if you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye!